Shoo fly, don't bother me. Shoo fly, don't bother me. Shoo fly, don't bother me. 'Cause I don't want your company. Because I'm still trying to make peace with the bees. The same ones who keep buzzing on about being free. The ones who were too bothered about being the bee's knees, they forgot about the bee's needs, remain deaf to the bee's pleas about the bee being too fatigued, detrimental to health, the bee's hospital fees, add to the unpaid debt of the bee's college degrees, to pay doctors trained from the bee's university that claimed educational magnanimity in a belied indentured society, enslaved to the feigned reign of an expired queen's monarchy, but had in fact still cost the bee an arm and, well, a knee. Legless, they roam with wings pinned back, wings they had never even known. This is the hive mind mentality of the unwilling drone. So why do you feel as though you can relate? Surfing through the interwebs, unable to escape. And once again, you were stuck at work till 8. Now tired, bored, and unbothered to stagnate, you find yourself prey to the mass debate about which of the millions of 30-minute videos you'll watch for about 30 seconds as you self-satiate. So why, my friends, do you feel as though you can relate? You see, we live in beautiful paradoxes. I mean, what kind of a system attempts to bail out another one by applying extra interest to its debts because they were an alphabet short on their credit run? The world's economies bank on bankruptcy, and they make plans for fiscal gain by taking on dismal debts in vain, only to publicly share their burden, sell short and their future earning, and turn to corporate bowers who market their greed without a shame by offering us self-fulfilling prophecies sold by self-proclaimed Pharisees whose lives renew annually as their products die constantly to make way for next year's brand new commodity, which developed a technology that certainly transcended expectedly but still suffers from shorter-lived batteries. Impermanence has defined this world of taking, consuming, and self-gratifying. If anything, we could learn from the bees, whose careful expertise produces the only consumable item that may actually last for an eternity. Truly, honey is a wonder of the ages, the original ambrosia, the nectar of the gods, the wine of the pauper and the pope alike, yet the one thing that can cause honey to spoil is the very essence of life, water. And thanks to our own atmosphere factory founding, we may witness our own oceans drowning as we sit back and read about it, feign dismay on small screens, hit like, hashtag to disavow it, but nonetheless, indignantly, still allow it. And strange as it may seem, but these angry waters, when mixed with oil, make campfires that keep our democratically elected liars warm in the twilight hours within the world's tallest towers, constructed from the sands of deserted powers. What worlds were these? They brought not life in essence, but greed, ostentation, and excess, mined from deserts that bore fruits whose seeds grew nations but germinated war, as economic powers beat their chests and political spheres squared up to institutional roar, claiming to serve the people, but all the while exploiting the poor and taking for granted that the masses won't hear their call to sting the backside of the media's disingenuous furor as sweatshop buildings collapse in Bangladesh and drug babies wash up on Turkish beach resorts. But alas, he was well fed and well dressed. So apparently it was his parents' greed for a European lie that saw him dead. Or at least that's what that little Eurosceptic politician said. Outraged or not, what were you doing when all was said and done? Catching up on The Bachelor? Or which MasterChef competitor had been sent home? Deciding on which new celebrity's sex tape to download? Googling which of the latest over-sexualized music videos apparently support the feminists to and fro? Watching another first world house being renovated without its owners even needing to know? checking up on which real housewife called another a hoe, or listening to those lost souls on another stupid, mindless talent show, when will you all realize that as you make time to watch their lives, you're only wasting your own? We certainly do live in beautiful paradoxes. And quite frankly, who has time for flies that stick to the walls of these manually constructed boxes we call home, while the bees continue to work for brain-dead drones who forgot their rights a long time ago? So shoo fly, don't bother me. Shoo fly, don't bother me. Shoo fly, do not bother me, because I don't want your capitalistic, your exploitative, egoistic, cannibalistic, unenvironmentalistic, voyeuristic, misogynistic, colonialistic, homophobic, racist, bigoted, fundamentalist, discriminating, carcinogenic, pharma-frantic, incentivizing, profiteering, bewildering, deforesting, uncompromised, over-specialized, pathetic, unsympathetic, symbolic, demonic, economic, gastronomic, polluted, militant, irreverent, ignorant, uneducated, cheap offensive, make-believe, Hollywood, McDonaldized, laissez-faire, market-ridden, child-trafficked, sex slaves, celebritized, over-sexualized company.